The pain and agony that you brought upon my family is unbearable. You deserve this. Your time is up, and the time has come for you to pay for what you've done.
He was just real, just subtle dude, man. Quiet.
When I pressed the button, I heard a loud bang, and then shortly after, my elevator door opened, and because of where I live, I figured it was the Six Flags fireworks. I saw a young African-American female holding a barefoot, walking down the hallway.
Did you see what color or what type of outfit she had on?
Yes, it was darker sundress color, I don't know, green.
So fix your sheets, if you have any, because you've made your bed and now it's time to lay in it.
The tragic event of the day concerns Martell Derouen, 34, a young, promising rapper who was related to Beyonce and who was unfortunately shot and killed by a person he trusted. A lady reported to the police that she hadn't heard from Derouen in several days, so the police went to the Towers complex in La Cantera Parkway on January 22, 2021, to check on him. He had already passed away when the cops arrived. The person suspected to have taken his life allegedly has a lengthy criminal history. The death of an aspiring rapper raised questions in the community. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Martell's family and friends. Today's case takes us to San Antonio. San Antonio is a major city in the state of Texas. It is located in the southern part of the state and is one of the largest cities in the United States. The city has a population of around 1.5 million residents, making it the seventh most populous city in the country. Considered to be the Mecca for American history buffs, San Antonio is well known for its rich Native American history through to the Texas Revolution. Martell Derouen was born on June 18, 1986. Originally from New Iberia, Louisiana, Martell Lord Derouen, better known by his stage as Kardone, lived in San Antonio, Texas. Martell is a 2004 graduate of New Iberia High School. Following his high school graduation, Martell joined the U.S. Air Force and settled in San Antonio, Texas, with his wife Joya. As a distinguished sergeant in AF intelligence, Martell served his nation. He was an exceptional soldier who received multiple military honors and medals. Martell was a well-known rapper who collaborated with well-known musicians, but many people were unaware that he was related to Beyonce through their grandmother. Although the 34-year-old was married, he and his spouse were no longer together. Martell had known Sasha Skare, his friend, for a considerable amount of time. Sasha, a 21-year-old, was interested in graphic design and a rapper in addition to modeling and clothes design. Because music was both of their passions, they collaborated in the industry as well. Martell and Sasha did not speak to one another for a while. Martell eventually contacted her after they stopped talking, and he requested her to appear in his music video. After connecting with her on social media, he chose to support her when he learned that she had ambitions in music. Following that, they reconnect and rekindle their friendship. Subsequently, they moved in together and their bond deepened. When Martell and Skare were in the apartment on January 22, 2021, they began to cook and drink. Sasha took a call when they were sitting together, and she set it up loud so Martell could hear it. She went to the bedroom after hanging up the phone, and Martell entered the room and motioned for her to get out. He heard her chatting to other guys on the phone, so he told her to leave when an argument broke out. Martell attempted to remove Sasha from the room, but she refused to go, so he began to beat her. But before she could escape the apartment, she managed to grab a firearm. Her hands are holding a weapon in one hand and a phone in the other when she leaves the room. Watching her stroll back and forth with a pistol on the neighbor's doorbell ring camera, she returns to Martell when her phone dies. Her gun went off as she reached the door and began to knock. Sadly, Martell was shot and killed while he stood by the door. Sasha immediately departed after this and disposed of the pistol. A few days following the incident, police got a 911 call from someone posing as Martell's wife. However, the caller mispronounced the woman's name and even miscalculated Martell's age. But it turns out that Sasha is actually the one phoning the police under the guise of being Martell's wife. Martell was found dead when the police arrived, and Sasha was named as a suspect. An arrest warrant was issued for her. She was charged with first-degree criminal murder after turning herself in to the police on February 6th. Sasha Skare is no stranger to crime, as the cops swiftly discover. The day after Thanksgiving, on November 29, 2019, police were called to a shooting in North Austin, Texas. Police found a Sasha at an auto body shop. Sasha and her boyfriend were in the back of a car. Her boyfriend had been shot in the chest. Shortly after authorities arrived, her boyfriend passed on. Police later received a report of another individual with a wound from a firearm at a liquor store. The police arrived shortly, and the man was transported to the hospital with wounds to his legs and chest. The two incidents were linked, according to the police. Sasha informed authorities that she and her boyfriend drove to Justin Lake to meet with another man, and that they planned to buy marijuana from this individual. Sasha claimed she had never met the other person. Her partner got out of the car and went to negotiate with this individual. She heard shots about a minute later. When she approached them, she discovered her boyfriend grappling with this person. Her boyfriend told her to take a firearm during the scuffle. She then drove away, grabbing a weapon, her lover, and the marijuana to the car. When she realized she didn't know how to go to the hospital, she pulled over and dialed 911. When police interviewed an injured man, he offered a different narrative. He informed officers he met Sasha in 2018 to consume marijuana and have an intimate relationship. Sasha contacted him about buying marijuana on the day of the incident. When they met, Sasha's boyfriend shook hands, then the boyfriend pulled out his pistol. He then reached for his firearm, which was on the couch. There was an exchange of shots fired, and both of them were hit by bullets. Sasha was able to remove the revolver from the man, and he quickly ran out of the flat, making his way to a liquor store less than a mile away. Following an inquiry, authorities discovered evidence that confirms the man's story. Sasha was arrested 2 weeks later after a warrant was issued for her arrest.
A woman is arrested in connection to a deadly shooting. 20-year-old Sasha Skare was arrested yesterday afternoon in a San Antonio suburb. Police think that she and her boyfriend, Andrew Bass, set up a meeting to rob a man who was selling drugs. Bass was killed and the other man was shot during the robbery on North Lamar Boulevard. This happened last month. Police think Skare and the seller knew each other. They think Skare set up the meeting. She's now charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon.
Sasha was released on bond in January 2020. As the trial begins, fresh information becomes available. Sasha claimed self-defense, stating that she was in this apartment with Martell, who demanded that she leave since she was on the phone with another man. Investigators noticed that she said she grabbed her belongings while attempting to throw them away, but when they arrived at the crime scene, Sasha's belongings were perfectly arranged as if they hadn't been touched. She also claimed she escaped by jumping over the kitchen counter, but detectives discovered the kitchen counter was spotless and nothing had fallen over. It was also alleged that before Sasha killed Martell, he closed the door because he didn't want her to come in. Sasha claimed self-defense, but her story was devoid of evidence. Sasha Skare was sentenced to 55 years in the murder of aspiring San Antonio rapper Martell Derouen.
55 years in prison for murder. It took a jury more than 4 hours to sentence Sasha Skare for killing San Antonio rapper Martell Derouen in 2021. Erica Hernandez takes us inside the courtroom as Derouin's sister shared some powerful words.
So fix your sheets, if you have any, because you've made your bed and now it's time to lay in it.
Cammie Derouen did not mince words as she faced the woman who killed her brother Martell Derouen. Martell was found dead in his apartment back in January 2021. Sasha Skare was found guilty of his murder by a jury yesterday, and that same jury sentenced her today.
We assessed her punishment at confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of 55 years.
That sentence more than doubled the proposed 20-year deal that was offered to Skare last week that she declined. And while there was no reaction from her, Martell's family in tears and satisfied with the sentence. And it was during victim impact statements that Cami Derouen told Skare how her actions affected all those who knew and loved Martell.
If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.